Alright, hey guys!
Hey guys!
Welcome to another video.
Welcome.
Today, we're just gonna talk about some Deltarune mini theories.
Yeah, so after playing chapter 5, we had a bunch of little theories in our head that weren't strong enough or big enough to make into their own videos. So we're just kinda gonna talk about them here. So yeah, it's gonna be really fun and awesome.
Yay. Okay. Number one, okay, we're gonna call this Prince theory. It doesn't really need to be a theory. It's really just some interesting...
It's just a cute, fun idea.
Yeah, some parallels between characters we kind of noticed. Obviously, it's not a stretch to say that Rouse and Flowery are kind of paralleling each other. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, they serve as the same type of thing for Chris and Asgore, respectively. Like they're both their prince. And it's really interesting because Asgore is referred to as a king and whatever, and he's kind of the king. And that's why Asgore wears the thing he wears.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really funny because Chris wears the same thing but a different color.
Yeah, more or less.
And then,
something very similar.
Well, when Toriel, when we see her Dark World form, she is she has a queen, very formal, royal queen attire, and she's in a throne. So basically, our theory is that Tenna is to Toriel how Rouse and Flowery are to Chris and Asgore, and Tenna is Toriel's prince.
Yeah, and drawing that conclusion kind of leads to some interesting things,
it's really cute because in chapter 5, everyone's trying to, or especially Flower is going really hard trying to protect Asgore. I know he's
and
more,
make a perfect world for Asgore.
And more make it so and then from that information we can really assume that Card Kingdom is Chris's ideal world,
right? And
how they really like to play games.
Yeah, and how Rouse talks about upholding the game system and not breaking the rules because Chris likes to play games.
Yeah. And I think that's a really interesting thing we can gather from about Chris's personality, because they're kind of difficult to get information about, but we do. And then it's so cute because Toriel liked to watch. She was the last one who continued to watch TV.
But
and Tenna refers to her as the grandest prize of the entire Dark World, and he's obviously keeping her really, really safe. And I think the reason why chapter 3 is the way it is just because the knight was hey Tenna buddy, you gotta stall these guys,
yeah.
And I think that's why it played out like that. But just a fun thought. This is not actual proof, but isn't it so cute that they play you play a cooking mini game and Toriel loves to bake, and then you do a music one, and Toriel loves to music. She loves to dance.
Yeah, and it's how Asgore really cared for Flowery in the light world, and how Toriel, I think we can safely say, really cared for Tenna because she was the last one that watched the TV and everything in that cutscene. And it also implies that whatever Rouse is, when we find that out, it'll be something that Chris really cares for or takes care of in some way, maybe.
Man, and this is a really interesting thought because Rouse, big asterisk on Rouse right now, but Flowery is no, I can't, I don't want to go to your freaking castle town, I can't go. And Tenna is dying for a new home. He hates it there. He needs someone to care for him. And I think that maybe something like that would have happened if we were allowed to take Flowery. But yeah, just a cute little thought, I guess.
Yeah.
But I kind of wanted to talk more about Chris and talk about the little things we can gather about their personality, because they're silent, they don't talk, and so we have to basically go follow context clues. So what I was saying about Rouse, how Flowery tries to make the flower shop dark world, like perfect for Asgore and everything he could ever want. I think Ralsei was really trying to do that for Chris in Castletown, and I think Chris and Asgore are like super parallels in their respective dark worlds. And I think something really, really interesting to me is Aqua's entire deal.
Yes.
Like, first of all, her being the only dichromatic flower is really, really unique, and I don't think it's an accident that it just so happens to be freaking aqua color like Chris when they enter a dark world and have a suspiciously red heart-shaped object on top of her head. And I really think Aqua is supposed to be kind of like a baby Chris, and I think that also that's why Aqua says like the Jevil lines and is so obsessed with playing games. I think is because that's what baby Chris wanted to do, and that's what Ralsei was kind of trying to do. Be like, hey Chris, look, I'm gonna make this a fun game for you.
Yes.
And really cute idea. But so that leads me on to our next idea, which I feel a little weird calling this a theory, but it's more like something that has been more like cemented as we go through Deltarune, is that I think like Chris is transgender. Like chapter 5 was really, really great for being like, oh, by the way, all of the characters are actually gay. Like, everyone here is gay. And, like, I love the cutscenes where they just so explicitly say, like, which flowers are not boys or girls. And I think that was really, really important. And I think I was really confused at Deltarune, like, how humans and monsters work, because in Undertale it's really explored and really, like, in your face, but in Deltarune it's not as much. So I kind of assumed that, like, humans are non-binary, or, like, most humans are they or something, and just thought, like, oh, Chris is just Chris. But, like, after playing Chapter 5, I definitely think that Chris is transgender.
Right, and that's supported by a lot of, like, their random reactions to, like, stuff about their past with Noelle, or, like, random pictures of them.
They will not let us see pictures of them.
Right.
Like, they shut the
pictures
book.
of any humans.
That's
really
true.
Interesting.
They don't want us to learn about humans. But yeah, they show a lot of discomfort when we try to, like, pursue Noelle at the festival. And I think it's just kind of because, well, I think the two of them, we can safely say they had crushes on each other when they were little.
Probably.
And I think that, I think Noelle likes girls and Chris doesn't want to be seen as a girl.
Yeah.
That's, my honest reading of that. But I also, another supporting thing is Ralsei being a very interesting parallel to Chris, as, Flowery is to Asriel.
Right.
And Ralsei is having some interesting cutscenes.
Yes,
where
oh my gosh,
I think he might be transgender as well.
We should have gone and looked at that one cutscene when you don't have Star Walker, because I still haven't seen that.
Yeah, wait, maybe we could put it on the screen.
Yeah, okay, we'll put it on the screen right now. My brother told me about
yet.
this if you, like, get a really fast climbing time and you don't have Star Walker. But anyways, what convinced us about this Ralsei thing was just the whole conversation with Flowery.
Yeah, where it's so interesting because they don't exactly they don't explicitly say what they're talking about, and I kind of assumed it was about like the prophecy. Then they kind of shift to something else, and they're talking about doing the impossible. And Flowery says the impossibility himself, and then he's like, "Here's a drink voucher. Try the pink and blue one, princess." And Ralsei reacts, and I definitely think that I think this chapter is also really important for characterizing Ralsei a lot, because he was such a blank slate before this, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And now I understand him so much better, and I really like that. And I think it would be so great if, like, part of his worry about the prophecy is that the prophecy says prince, and he doesn't feel like a prince. And I think that'd be really sweet and a very, very cool concept as well.
Yeah.
And I think that, in my opinion, says a lot about Chris as well, because really, like I've been saying, we have to get all that we can about Chris, because they're never gonna be like, hello, I'm Chris, here's my personality. Like,
and I think that's kind of the purpose of Aqua.
I definitely think so, yeah. especially to show like baby Chris and
Right. I think the same thing about Azriel's. They're trying to, I think, give Azriel a more fleshed out personality through like Flowery and Rousey.
I would kind of agree. I feel
Ruby.
like it's more of like it shows how Chris views Azriel more than Azriel's personality. Because what we can gather from like how people talked about him in Hometown and like stuff in Dessa's room and whatever, I don't think Azriel's gonna come back and be like, sorry to keep you waiting.
No,
You know what
I don't
mean?
think so. But I don't think Chris is exactly like Rousey either.
No.
It's gonna be like some, I don't know.
It's not exactly like I don't think their personalities are gonna be similar, but I think that like we can gather some information, and I think that's part of it. Yeah.
I think most parts of Rousey and Flowery's personality that isn't seen in Chris, is in Azriel. At least that's how I think about it. I mean,
that's fair. Yeah.
Obviously, it's just like speculating, but
that's all we can really do.
yeah,
it's just fun ideas. But yeah, I'm so happy with Chapter 5 as a whole, and I'm so glad that it was just
Chapter 5 is so good.
Oh, you know what okay, sorry to go off on a bit of a tangent. I hated so much when people were like, Suzelle's bad because it's one-sided, and Susie doesn't actually like her back, and Chapter 5 came out, and it's like, no, they're so in love, and they're gay, and they're real, and I
feel like that was totally evident back in Chapter 2, but whatever.
I very much agree.
Yeah.
Some people are just really stupid, and I don't know. I really want to know more about how Chris feels about Susie, because I also think that is becoming really apparent in Chapter 5 as well.
Honestly, Deltarune just like feels so real. Like literally all the characters just like, they all have complicated things, and there's just so many unnecessary complicated things. It's like it's just a real place and not even like a story.
I know, right?
Yeah,
and I think that's
so great.
Like, that's why there's no Lightnermersh and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
It's supposed to feel so real. But
yeah, that makes a lot of sense because the Dark World isn't supposed to be like that.
Yeah. No, it's really great, and I think Tony Fox is an amazing writer, and God, Chapter 5 was so LGBT. I'm so glad that it released in Pride Month, and I'm so glad Mew Mew is back, and it's really awesome and happy.
Okay, it's time for me to talk about this funny idea I had about these shelter codes. So I thought it was really, really weird that it was September 15th on the new shelter code we saw in Asbra's shop. And if you guys didn't know, that's the release date of Undertale, right? And I know it had a year on there, which was not only different from the year Undertale released, but different from the year, like, it was 2 decades before, like, the year in Undertale, like, when it takes place and whatever. Maybe even 3 decades, I don't know, but yeah, whatever. Basically, the theory is that we know 2 of the shelter codes. One is Christmas, one is Undertale's release date, and the third one, all we know is that it's associated with the Deltarune, right? I think Susie speculates some point in game that, maybe this person is connected to the church or something, but basically, the theory is that the church code will have a Halloween day on it, because there's the Halloween decorations in the church, and there's random unnecessary Halloween associations with the church. Right, there seems like there's no reason. But if you think about it, that would make a lot of sense, because Deltarune Chapter 1 released on Halloween. So the full theory, basically, is that each shelter code is a major release date of Undertale or Deltarune, right? The Undertale release date, and also around the Chapter 2 release date, and then Halloween for the first chapter, and then I think Chapter 6 or Chapter 7, maybe both, will release on Christmas. Probably 2027 Christmas, but that's the theory. And that would be a really cool way to foreshadow the release date.
Yeah.
Especially relating to December and everything, if there's a bunch of new desk stuff in chapter 6 or chapter 7.
Oh yeah, that'd be crazy.
Right.
I was thinking Christmas release for chapters 3 and 4, and obviously I'm kind of glad that I'm wrong because it came out sooner and I didn't want to wait.
No,
but
summer is good.
I thought a Christmas release would just be awesome because the game is so Christmas.
Yes. Especially, it's shaping up like there's going to be a lot of holiday family stuff going on. We're going to see Noelle's reaction to what happened with Rudy and everything.
And Noelle might get to go to the Dark World.
Right, and I'm just
should we talk about
assuming...
that right now? What we think's gonna happen?
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Our last thing is mostly chapter 6 theories, but I have one concrete thing at the end, but...
Okay, well, I guess I'll start by doing some speculating.
Sounds good.
Because everyone is thinking, like, Noelle's probably not gonna take this well. Like, Susie just
Right,
being
something's
like...
gonna go wrong.
Yeah, because she's probably gonna be really upset about her dad and her family in general. And then I also think... like, Susie's gonna have to break it to her that wasn't a dream.
Yeah.
Like, she's had to uphold this dream thing for so long, and I cannot imagine Noelle's gonna take it very well.
Especially, like, in some kind of weird aborted Snowgrave situation.
Oh, God, no.
Like, who knows how many different dialogue trees there's gonna be for that.
Oh, that'll be so cool.
Yeah.
But, I'm really kind of suspicious of Susie, because obviously I do think she loves Noelle, and I think she loves her a lot, but it's really weird how she sees the love finds its way to the girl prophecy, and she kind of freaks out because she's like, okay, Chris, I'm gonna go forward, like, don't, like, stay right here, like, let me go ahead of you, because she's really invested. And then chapter 5 comes out, and she's telling everyone in Castletown about her date with Noelle,
Right.
and she keeps trying to get to Noelle's house to, like, find more codes or whatever, or investigate, and then she's like, oh, we gotta involve Noelle. And I think that I genuinely think she loves Noelle. I'm not trying to say some stupid thing like, Susie's just trying to speedrun the prophecy or something, but I think she's really concerned about it, maybe? I also think she's not being fully honest to Chris. I think it's partially out of embarrassment because having a crush is embarrassing, and that's really cute. But I also think it's like she doesn't just want to admit to Chris, like, yeah, I read the last thing of the prophecy or something. Or, you know what I mean? Like, because we don't know what it is either.
Yeah.
And that's really interesting. But I think also, if something does happen, like, Rousey being trans is like a real thing, I think that him and Susie are gonna be like, yeah, sick, bro, let's defy this prophecy, it's not happening.
Yeah, like exactly what Kirsten told them to do, basically.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm really, really interested in what that would look like. Also, because, sorry to kind of go back to what I was saying earlier, but I always thought before chapter 5 that Rousey was just trying to make the prophecy happen, and his entire existence was to just carry out the prophecy. But a couple things changed my mind about that. Well, one is him kind of outwardly saying he's trying to delay it to Flowery, saying he doesn't want, he's trying to wait. And then also, he's confused about why Chris is making Dark Worlds.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the hell Chris is doing. That's another thing. I have no clue. And I don't think Rousey knows either, which is really, really interesting. And I'm really excited to try and see everyone delay the prophecy, and I hope it works.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So
wait, one more thing.
Oh, we're not done.
Sorry.
I just want to say one piece of information we know about chapter 6, which very interesting because Toby Fox is silent about these last 2 chapters. He says nothing. He's only said that it has been easy to code chapter 6.
And he said 2020. Is that maybe?
Maybe.
I think he said the year.
Or he said at the end of next year, or you'll be getting to play next year.
Yeah, something like that.
Whatever, but he said that chapter 6 would be the easiest to code, or has been so far, and everyone's trying to interpret what that means. I've seen a lot of people say, oh, it's gonna be easier because there'll be no Snowgrave, and I don't think Snowgrave adds that much to the game that requires coding. And we think it's gonna take place mostly in Castletown and Hometown, and not have a main Dark World.
Basically,
and that makes us think that we know who the secret boss is.
okay. There's other stuff I want to say first, but basically, my idea is that it's just gonna be a lot of like, oh, let's introduce Noelle, let's talk a bunch, let's explain a bunch of stuff that happened. And I think they're probably gonna find the last shelter code or something, progress the plot a lot, probably a lot of reveals about like what the heck Chris and the Knights of Goals are and whatever.
Oh my god. Yeah. Dude, I need to see Susie's reaction to this. I think she's gonna be heartbroken. And oh my god, I totally forgot a Tenna Prince thing. Oh shoot.
You can say it.
Okay, Tenna and Flowery both get destroyed by the Knight.
Right, and
if they're parallels to Rousey, what the hell does that mean, bro? I can totally, like, if Rousey and the Knight are not on the same side, which I don't think they are or anything, but, like, I think this means, like, something bad for Rousey, and that makes me really scared.
Yeah, that's really possible. But, anyways, I think, when Noelle finds out about exactly what happened to Gerson right after, like, Rudy and everything, I think she's definitely gonna go and make a fountain and try and bring Rudy back, but that's just like a prediction, I guess. That's not, like, definitely gonna happen, like, but I just think there's a good chance. Anyways, since I think there's only gonna be Castletown as far as Dark World, I think I have evidence, one might even say proof, that Sham from the shop is going to be the Chapter 6 secret boss. And I know, as a counterpoint, I will say that a lot of patterns do seem to break when it comes to going from Chapter 5 to 6, like the egg is no longer a thing. But, anyways, one pattern that's held up is the secret boss weapons. If you fight into sparing most bosses, they'll give you a weapon instead of an armor, right? And we start with the Devil's Knife for Susie, then the Puppet Scar for Rousey, then the Black Shard for Chris. And then it repeats the cycle and goes in Chapter 4 for the Justice Axe for Susie. And then what's interesting is the Flowery Scarf for Rousey in Chapter 5 says, like, oh, it's Rousey's ultimate weapon, which makes sense, right? Because if you keep following the pattern, Chapter 6 would be a Chris weapon, and Chapter 7 would be a Susie weapon, right? And it would make total sense to me if Chapter 7, Susie got, you know, her ultimate weapon, and it was really powerful and whatever. And it's, like, a big part of the story. But what's interesting to me is that the Black Shard is so strong. It's so strong. So, like, Chris's Chapter 6 sword, if this actually happens, would also have to be really strong. And that reminds me of the Twisted Sword, which is crafted with the Thorn Ring and the Pure Crystal. And Sham says, you know, I'll make you the Pure Crystal if you bring me the last Shadow Crystal, which we should be able to do in Chapter 6. So then that means in Chapter 6, we're going to do something like talk to Sham, make a crystal, and then Chris will get an overpowered Twisted Sword, which is very, very interesting because that would, if there was just a Sham fight there that was really hard, then that would basically follow all the secret boss patterns as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah, that's my evidence.
Wait, imagine this. Imagine it's a Noelle item.
Oh, in 7?
No, in 6. Imagine the Twisted Sword is a Noelle item.
It's not. It's in the files already.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a Chris item.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
That would make sense, though, because the girl held the sword.
And the Thorn Ring.
Right, and the Thorn Ring.
That's really weird.
It is really weird. But in the files, it says, like, oh, the Twisted Sword is fatal, and I think it carries the trance effect, too, from Thorn Ring. So it'd be really interesting.
So, that is really weird.
Right. Maybe like Snowgrave will end up being like a weird split path thing. Like there's an in-between of like the total glitch out and the, I don't know.
I mean maybe. I don't really like to speculate on Snowgrave because
right,
really
but we are going to be able to get the Twisted Sword in Chapter 6, or maybe not till 7, I guess is possible. But we're going to be able to get the Twisted Sword, and it's going to be able to kill something. Like,
yeah.
Which is just really weird.
So do you think on non-aborted or a regular route, we'll just like fight Sham and get a?
I mean,
armor?
It's my personal opinion that we'll just fight Sham and get an armor if we have all the crystals.
That's not a bad thought.
Or maybe even Sham gives you an armor no
They're
matter what.
very suspicious.
And the Pure Crystal no matter what. If you beat him. Yeah. No, it would make a lot of sense because Sham already like fills out a lot of the tropes of, oh, they know too much for some reason.
Yeah. And like, this isn't actually proof at all, but it's just really funny that there's no Sham full body in the game, and then just we suddenly get a plush,
Sham
and it's
plush,
just like
yeah.
a full body.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means though, because also no Ram merch, and Ram is also very suspicious and weird.
Right.
I don't think we're
Ram
gonna
is
freaking.
interesting.
I don't think Ram is gonna be a secret boss,
Right.
but he's really weird.
But in my opinion, it would be really unsatisfying if there was just no secret boss of any kind in Chapter 6 or 7. So I feel like there's gonna be a nice one with Sham in Chapter 6, and then whatever happens in Chapter 7, I'm sure will be awesome. But
You still think there's gonna be a boss rush?
Okay, I don't know. I just think it'd be super cool. I don't know.
Wait, the seven human secret bosses?
All right. I don't know. It'd just be cool, man. It'd just be cool. I don't know if it's actually gonna happen, but I am pretty confident when I say, oh yeah, Susie's gonna get an ultimate axe or something, or maybe a sword if she's the girl. Whatever. I mean, Rouse can equip the ballet shoes as a weapon, so there's no reason why Susie won't get a sword and fulfill the prophecy or whatever. But yeah, I think that's everything.
Well, shoot, I just remembered one thing that I want to ask you about. Are you, or we can maybe cut this out if this goes nowhere, but are you in the know about Chris loses a hand?
No, I actually don't know anything about that.
Oh, okay.
But I've heard of it. I've heard people joke about it.
No, I think it's really likely. But I also, it's one of those things that I wouldn't be unsatisfied if it just never happens and is really strangely, foreshadowed. But it is very strangely foreshadowed.
Maybe Chris gets a hole in their hand.
Oh my god, okay, that would be crazy.
That would literally be insane.
But I just don't know when I think it would happen, you know?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other Deltarune things that I'm like, this will happen.
The holes in the hands is weird because, obviously Gaster the knight, but also when Noelle gets kind of crucified for no reason in Chapter 2. It's
I mean,
it's nails through the hands.
You put a thorn in her hand.
Right.
I don't know if that means anything.
Well, do you have anything else to say?
No, I don't think I do.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Please go watch Carol Has a Soul Theory.
Oh, please watch our other video. More Deltarune videos coming soon. I think we didn't really talk or I don't even know if I should say this. We're gonna make a video on Rouse, focusing on Rouse a little more, because we talked about him a little bit in this video, but we left some important stuff out because we're gonna make a video on that. So comment down below
working hard.
if you enjoyed this video. This was just kind of a slightly scripted ramble, basically talking about our favorite thing.
No, I know. This is one of my favorite videos we did.
I really like this video too. Okay, well, hope you guys liked it.
By the way, Matilda made the art and it's very cool.
Oh yeah,
so
I did do
comment,
that.
Thank you. Comment, it's so cool.
Aw, thanks guys. Okay, but yeah, like and subscribe for more videos, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know if you agree or disagree. If you have counter evidence to anything, I would love to hear it. But most of this is just fun ideas.
I am so unbelievably confident about the shop thing.
Whoa, okay, don't say that.
I know there's a good chance that I'm completely wrong, but plus we are extrapolating the whole it's easy to code way too far. It could just be a completely normal chapter and we'd look
and it's
so
just
dumb.
Easier.
Right.
But I think any chapter is going to be easier than chapter 5.
Platforming, yeah.
Didn't add anime cutscenes. I don't even know. Okay, we need to end this video.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Bye guys,
Bye.
we love you.
Like and subscribe for more Deltarune videos. Bye!